Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Blockchain Homestead. It's me, Steve, coming at you from Synchronicity Farms, Sandy Mush, North Carolina. So it's been a while since we last talked. The market's been down, or moving sideways pretty much. And to be completely honest, it's just been in the doldrums. Been in that kind of depressed state with regards to the market. There's been a lot of news, but just haven't had the energy. So I apologize if you've been looking for new videos. I appreciate if you do. Thank you. But I assume, much like you guys, I've just been kind of focusing on other things that are giving me a little more tangible results in my life for my energy. But that's all about to change, I think, personally. So the next couple weeks I'm going to be putting out, I've put out the intention and the weekly promise that I'm going to be putting out at least a video a week. And what I'm going to do is focus on industry sectors of the current paradigm business model and how blockchain is going to revolutionize that, with focusing in on some tokens that are available in the marketplace. So what are the cornerstones of blockchain and how that affects businesses? There's three main principles. And oh yeah, they're right here. So efficiency, trust, and decentralization. Okay, efficiency, trust, decentralization. So efficiency, again, is the name of the game. People talk about, well, there's no intrinsic value in Bitcoin or blockchain. Efficiency is a marketable skill and a marketable, tangible result, like I mentioned earlier. If you know about Lean Six Sigma manufacturing processes, anytime you can save money, introduce efficiency into a system, you're going to gain market share, you're going to outcompete your competitors, and you're going to have a lower bottom line. So efficiency itself is an intrinsic value. It's something that's missed, I think, in a lot of discussions about cryptocurrencies and the blockchain. So efficiency. Trust. Trust is at the heart of Satoshi Nakamoto's white paper on Bitcoin, right? It's that trusted third party. It's why we have banks. It's why we have the modern financial and litigious society that we have, is trust and the ability to enforce trust through court systems or arbitrators. And so blockchain, with their public ledger, really creates and distributes trust amongst the voluntary players, which is a beautiful thing. And in that distribution to the voluntary players is the decentralization. That makes a very robust market. So just like the internet is robust, where one node might go down and the network still has its value, still has its function. Same thing with banning or government regulation. When the government comes in and says we're going to ban Bitcoin, it's like, okay, like that makes no sense, because what are you going to ban me having a Bitcoin client on my home computer? How do you even track that? How do you ban? It's like banning the internet. Like, you'd have to ban computers, right? It just doesn't make sense. It's a great tagline. It's a great headline for a newspaper, but it really doesn't equal anything that's real in the real world. So decentralization means exactly that. It's decentralized, so there's two benefits to that for a business. One is I don't have to have a server farm, right? I can have this distributed server software program running my back office, and so long as there's a network of people that want to run that program on their computer, the network, the servers that would normally be on my property, being insured, being cooled, heated, kept out of water, fire alarms, like the insurance involved and all that, running the IT staff, all that gets distributed out into this robust distributed platform. So that's the cost efficiency aspect. The other one is legalities, right? Back to the litigiousness of this society. Anytime that the government comes out and says, oh, we're going to ban this file sharing website, we're going to ban this website, we're going to ban that website, that only works if they can actually take physical control of the servers of the DNS. And so that's how, like, the blockchain works on this distributed server mindset, or this protocol, where the software itself, the database, if you will, the public ledger, is distributed out amongst any computer that is on the network that serves as a node. And so the government can't come in and seize the network. So long as there's a couple of networks functioning, there's always going to be that network providing value and providing that network effect for that coin or that token. So that's how we're going to start looking at, in the next video series I'm going to do, looking at advertising, looking at social media, medical records. That's a really cool one. Looking at power distribution and power, like electricity, how we use that, how we distribute it, how we make use of it or create it. What's another one? Payment systems in general, payroll itself, lending, right? We talked about PPT, the small business lending, almost like a virtual or a crypto small cap bond. And then also you have SALT lending, which is a peer-to-peer crypto-backed lending network. These things are amazing. You start looking at Omisco in Japan. They're a payment platform, but they're also looking at expanding into payroll in Asian markets like China. I mean, just imagine if all those Chinese companies are starting to use OMG for their payroll systems. There's instant payroll, which is a really neat concept we can talk about. So over the next couple weeks, I'll be putting out some videos, doing some research on different business sectors and how efficiency, trust, and decentralization will incorporate the blockchain model, and then the companies that choose to adopt voluntarily are going to outcompete their competitors and set the ground and set the tone for the next couple of years. And this is an important part of what I've been thinking about recently. To steal some ideas from Cliff High, is that up until now, up until 2017, I would say that the crypto markets were in a period of emergence. It's percolating up into the popular stream, into the popular consciousness. And I would say that at the end of 2017, right around New Year's, in between from Thanksgiving to Christmas, people got a fair idea that blockchain and Bitcoin specifically, because blockchain is still kind of an unused term, but Bitcoin, just about everybody understands that there is a thing called Bitcoin. They don't know what it is. They're not invested in it. They don't know anybody that's invested in it, but they've heard it. That's where it starts, right? That's that network effect, Metcalfe's law. So, or technology adoption rates, that's that S-curve, that sigmoidal curve that we talked about. So that's that sort of, that's a very good thing. There's been some news recently where the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and Soros have all come out and said that their private funds are going to start investing in cryptocurrencies. Now, I can tell you from years of private study in this gold and silver market and macro economics, players at that level, when you're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars at stake, maybe trillions, when you're talking about the Rothschilds or the Rockefellers, those people don't announce that they're going to start buying something if they don't already have their core position. So in the last couple of months on the dips, I guarantee you the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the Soros types have been in there buying. And now that they've established their core position, they're starting to say, hey, this is a good investment. We're getting into this. So that they have people that they can sell to later, right? That's how that, that's how they work the market. So, to recap, going to be putting out some videos on efficiency, trust, and decentralization. There's been some great news. Like I said, some big money players are getting into the market. Also, like Goldman Sachs recently bought Poloniex, or a subsidiary of Goldman Sachs bought Poloniex, one of the big exchanges. Again, these people don't get into these markets if it's a fad, right? If it's something that's going away, and it's not. And we're going to be looking at all that sort of stuff and getting back into the market. I think May and June, normally with stocks it's sell in May and go away. I don't think that's what's going to happen in cryptos this year. I think we're building a base that we're going to really explode from. And I think all-time highs are in the future for all the major altcoins, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I think all-time highs are in the near-term future for us. So that's what's going on. I'll see you guys soon. Press the like button, subscribe, share it with some friends, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye.